All right, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vidz, and this is the Ankle Breaker Podcast, episode number 31. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to change that. For some reason, it's still 30, but anyway, this is the Ankle Breaker Podcast. It's one of the best rugby league episodes, or podcasts, I should say, on the community. Joined by regular special guest. Seems to be in a busy area at the moment, from what I can see here. But it's Rugby League Round Up, and Rugby League Round Up. Thanks for joining me again on this Monday evening.
Yeah, thanks again, bro. What a good week of footy, other than the Dragons game. I really enjoyed it. For well deserved Bulldogs. I mean that was just awesome to watch. Good scenes, and a bit of a coincidence was that everyone on the Bulldogs, all of the Bulldogs try scorers, their first name starts with a J. So might have been the J Day.
Yeah. You're actually right in saying that. So you didn't know that till now. Yeah, but no, look, we'll get into that game. We'll talk about that game really soon. That was an awesome win by the Bulldogs. But yeah, no, look, I'm going well. We were supposed to have a special guest on today, but because of various reasons, we'll get someone on next time. It's all good. But we're looking to the chat now. So we've got 9 people watching the stream so far, so that's pretty good. Hopefully more coming soon. So we've got recently joined member Warriors NRL Fanatics in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Got Jason Rader as well, another Law supporter. Liam Porter says hello. Ryan McDonald. Jack D, the Penrith Panthers fan, is here as well. Mr. Lachlan, another great supporter and a new member of the channel too. So, we've got a pretty good number of people coming into the stream right now watching, so that's good to see. And obviously the podcast was supposed to be at 5:30, but obviously because we had a game on today with the Dogs and the Eels, had to push it back at 2 hours. So that's all right. That's all good. It's good to see everyone in the chat. Hopefully you all enjoy the show coming up because it's going to be a good one. Right. Now, just to advertise this again, I'm not going to do it every week. I just want to do it until I get a good number of people. So, the Pro Enzo Vidz channel membership. So, yes, I have launched a channel membership for this channel, and this was made last Sunday. So, I've had it for a week now, and I've got 2 members, and that's obviously Warriors, NRL Fanatics, and Mr. Lachlan. So, 2's not bad in a week. I think that's a start. Just hoping I get some more channel members by the weeks go by and all that. So, look, I've got a silver membership and I've got a gold membership. So the silver one is $4.99. There's good things you get in that. There's good perks. The $4 one's obviously the cheaper one, which is it's a silver one, obviously, and then the gold one, which is at $7. That is the one where it has more stuff, more of a variety of things to get out of that membership. So look, you choose which one is right for you, and then go from there and enjoy what you get. So just want to say that quickly, if you're able to get a Pro Enzo Vidz channel membership, because we'd be greatly appreciated if you can get one. So anyway, I thought I might just add that in. So we are going to move on to the topics ahead now. So Rugby League Round Up. We're going to talk about round 14, what we thought of the week it was. So, bro, just take it away and what you thought the week it was. I know your Dragons lost, but what were some of the good things about the week?
The good things. Well, my mother's very happy, so that's good to see. Bulldogs and Bulldog supporters haven't had much success, obviously. I think they've gone through 3 coaches in the last 4 years now. So, not good there. But to see them win today was pretty good signs. I felt bad for all the interim coaches that started their first time this week, such as Kamali and Stacey Jones. But at the same time, there was some good signs from both those teams. I mean, Warriors started off with a 12-0 lead in the first 20 minutes. And the Tigers, I don't think the scoreline reflected how they played for the first 50 minutes of the game. I think towards that back end, they just fell apart. So, there's some positive signs for those interim coaches there. And I'm just going to go through some of the main talking points of a couple of the games. For the
Yeah.
Rabbitohs game, the 150th try of Alex Johnson, that was good
Hey,
to
yeah.
see.
Absolutely.
Just keeps breaking records for try scoring. A couple of weeks ago, the Rabbitohs try scoring list he broke, and now he's in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, and he's on 150. I'm not going to go into to depth on the Dragons one. I'm just going to point out some things there that I think the referee, I'm not saying we're robbed, but I think for both sides, he was shocking. For both sides,
Yeah.
this Ranger has just got to go. He looks like a dead fish. Like, seriously, he's so shit. He was shocking.
No, he wasn't good.
But you know what? It's kind of Dragons' fault too, in a way, because we had so much attacking opportunities and we just couldn't execute. And Zach Lomax throws the ball 20 meters over the sideline into row 18. So, yeah, that was our fault, but I think we need to fix up execution and we'll be fine. Tino is a beast, so yeah, I got that from that game. The Storm Roosters game, I think that was game of the round for sure for me.
Yeah.
I think Grant Anderson was a really good for the Storm for that game on debut. I thought he was really good. Really good signs for Melbourne. And Marion Seve was good too. That side was dangerous.
Yeah, he was.
And for the Roosters, that day there were some good signs there from some of the players. I thought Suwali, oh my god, he gets better every week.
Yeah.
Some of his hits, man. I think he a couple of weeks ago he put one on a kick out, and that was just freaking decent as. And he ran across the field to save Jerome Hughes' try, but I think Hughes ran into him. But that was still a good stop.
He was.
For the Eagles Tigers game, well, a front rower scored twice, so that's what I'm going to think as a positive.
I'll say Ole.
Yeah, O'Shea Ole. Broncos Raiders. Not much positives for the Broncos other than the win. So I'm just going to say the win for them was a good thing because, you know, they had injuries. The Panthers game, I just feel so bad for Knights fans, to be honest. 21,000 fans, all disappointed. So, yeah. But other than that, I thought that was a decent week of footy. I think I enjoyed it. And just a few things they should fix up. So, other than that, I think it was a pretty good week.
Yeah, no, well said. I think it was a good week of footy. We all thought that this week would be so predictable and so easy to tip because all the games look one sided. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this side's going to win all the games," and there's going to be no upsets this week. It's going to be such a predictable week. But you know, whenever it looks like an easy round to pick, it's never what you expect it to be. There's always one upset. There's one upset that we don't expect, and that was obviously the game today, Dogs and the Eels, and far out. I didn't expect that to be the upset though. I knew there'd be an upset coming, but I didn't think this would be the game that would be the upset. So, yeah, well on to the Dogs. They're obviously great. This is definitely a game they can build on, and hopefully they get a bit of confidence out of it because scoring 34 points is the highest they scored all year, and 34 points put on a team like Parramatta too, which is that's big. That's big, and I think they can definitely go a long way with that sort of victory. So they've got Tigers now, so I think they can definitely win that one if they keep it up. But yeah, like obviously unfortunate for Dragons losing on Thursday. But I've got to say, Jonathan Rubin, the debutant, far out. He's a good prospect. I mean, he's 29 years old, but I think he's the oldest debutant in the game. But it wouldn't hurt giving him more games. I reckon. Like the way he play, I think it makes sense giving more games, in my opinion. Manly winning, yeah, that was good. I talked all about it yesterday. Aloye, Olakawatu becoming our new enforcers in our forward pack, both killed the Tigers to death. And yeah, it was a good weekend. I agree. It was a good weekend. I think round 15 was some of the games we've got like Cowboys, Manly, Roosters, Eels. It's going to be a very big week, so I'm looking forward to that. All right, moving on to the topics now. So going through probably one where it's very controversial, and I'm not really happy with this one. So Brent Naden's out for 4 weeks, which is fair enough. That's not the one I'm unhappy about, but yeah, 4 weeks of his tackle on Jake Williams, obviously, which is fair enough. But for Luis Kafusi, why did he not get suspended for that elbow to Sam Walker's head? I don't know. Because every day of the week, that would be a suspension to anyone else. Is it because he has a purple jersey on? Is it because he's a Storm player, he gets protected? You know? Like, I'm sick of players like him getting special treatment and special, you know, you know, I don't know, protection for the referees not to get caught for what he does, because he's always a grub. He did it to Ryan Madison last year, the elbow to the head, and Ryan Madison wasn't the same player for a very long time after that. And now he did the Sam Walker, and I think he tried to do something to Luke Keary as well. I don't know if that
Mm.
was Kafusi's fault with Keary getting hurt at one point, but far out, he's a grub, and he's a really dirty player, and I hope he goes to hell personally. But Rugby League, Billy, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think the name suspension is fair? And what would you say the Kafusi suspension should be? Because he's getting nothing, which is ridiculous.
Yep. Sorry, I just dazed off for a second there, thinking about it. Look, I think that's Sam Walker was put. He went in the wrong position, and Kafusi lifted his arms up. But then when Kafusi got tackled, I think he took his arm back and just hit Walker in the nose, and that's where the bleeding started, which I
Yeah,
thought was really uncalled for, to be honest, and I thought it was ridiculous. I think he deserves 3 weeks for it, in my opinion. I think it was just stupid, just really stupid, because
definitely.
first of all, if that was a Dragons player or an Eagles player or a Bulldogs player, just any other team other than Penrith Phil Storm, if it was any other player, they would have gotten 10 in the bin for it, I reckon, from what I've seen. And I just think they need to crack down on Kafusi, because there is a track record of repeated offences from this guy. And I think that even the referees and even the Storm, I think Craig Bellamy should look at him and say, if you do this again, I'm not afraid to drop you, because, he doesn't do much. He doesn't really do that
Yeah,
much. He only does the defensive part of the work. And you've got
he just
so much,
tackles.
you've got so much better second rowers. Look who's there at the
Bring Jack,
moment.
bring Jack Howarth up. Jack Howarth's
Yeah,
probably a better prospect than he is.
Jack Howarth, Trent Liero. Those are good young prospects there, just waiting. And even Tarek Sims, I reckon, is a better player than Kafusi. So,
Yeah, and he's not a grub, so.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, 3 weeks for him, I think. Sorry.
No,
um, and Brent Naden, look, he's apologetic. So, yeah, I can
yeah,
understand. It was accidental. I don't think he meant to lift him up and do that. And you could see the remorse as soon as he went down. And he knew he was going to get sent off. So I would have been happy with 4 to 7 weeks, anywhere in between. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well said. With Naden, I was obviously pissed off at the start for what the tackle he did in Jake, because we saw how bad what Carl Lawton's tackle was, but I feel like Naden's tackle was a bit worse than what he did. So I'm glad the NRL have given him the right suspension. I think 4 weeks is fair. Exact same as what Carl Lawton did for his tackle. So we all want to talk about that tackle, but look at Naden's. Naden was pretty bad. So I'm glad the NRL gave him a 4 week suspension, but the main thing was he did apologise after, which is good. So, yeah, I guess that's one thing that I can definitely be happy about with the whole situation, but still, ugly tackle. Want to get it out of the game for sure. So the send off too was fair. I thought the send off was fair. That's going to happen a lot more times now with these tackles happening, because we need to make it stop. So yeah, for sure that was a good call. And yeah, Kafusi. Well, I don't want to get too angry about it, but I am, because he doesn't get any real call out apart from maybe some of us on YouTube, and I call him out all the time for anything he does, but he never like the NRL or no one really realizes what he does. Like maybe some people do, but they don't say anything. Kafusi he's a consistent prime, you know, player who tries to do dirty things during a match. He's a grub and he's useless for who he is anyway. He's got no attack as a back row. What has he got? He's got no passing game. He's just a tackling machine. That's all he is. Just tackles and that's all he does. He's you know I just no, I can't like him. I just can't. I can't respect him as a player. I can't give him any credit for what he's done in his career. Yeah, he's won comps, but he's won comps because of good players around him. If he was at another club, like maybe let's say, I don't know, like a Titans or a Warriors or maybe a Tigers, he would be a very average player, and no one would be saying that he'd be one of he's. No one would be talking as much as what they are now because he's at Melbourne. So he's an average player at best, and unfortunately, at the Dolphins, I can't see it changing even if he leaves Melbourne. So anyway, stuff Kafusi, fuck him. I think we should move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Right. So Matt Lodge. Now this is an interesting one because I didn't expect him to be in talks with this club. He is, and we'll see how true the rumors actually are. So Matt Lodge is linked to a mid-season switch to the Eels. I don't know the full story behind it, but all I know is that there's apparently talk that Eels are asking his management or something that what the availability is of signing him. And I believe, the Eels are very keen on getting Matt Lodge. They are looking forward to signing him for the rest of the season, a bit like what the Panthers did with Pangai Jr. last year, signing for the remainder of the season on a short-term deal and playing dream finals. And that's what I think the Eels want out of Matt Lodge. So, Billy, if it happens, do you think it's a good pickup? And where would Matt Lodge fit in that Parramatta Eels team?
To be honest, I think it's actually a really good pickup for him. If you saw today, the forward pack was really quiet compared to the Bulldogs forward pack. I mean, if you look at how good the Bulldogs were today, that was a Dogs of War performance. And the Eels came out, and even Mitch Moses said after the game, we didn't come to the game. Well, you're exactly right. They didn't play. They didn't play the game today. So that means they definitely need a forward because no one was standing up in the forward pack. Junior Paulo just reached 100 meters. Just reached it. I thought Campbell Gillard was decent, but I think that's, they just need more players to stand up in the pack because if the pack's not doing well, then you can't get any momentum and you can't get tries because you need a forward pack if you want to score tries. So, yeah, look, they were quite soft today, the Eels. So I think they need a forward. Matt Lodge, in my opinion, he'd be coming off the bench because I think just the impact he has coming off the bench would be good. Taking off the tied forwards such as Campbell Gillard, Junior Paulo, if they need a break, he'll come on and provide what they need. And I think it'd be great, to be honest. I think Eels have a good recruitment drive and they've gone smart if they go get him for this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he provides a lot of experience. Look, he's not the greatest front rower. Like he's not a star player by any means, but what he does provide is he does provide a lot of experience, I suppose, and would bring good depth off the bench for the Eels. And I know that he's probably past his best, and he's not really a world-star front rower, but he will bring that experience that the Eels need, and I think that's going to be vital when finals come by because another big body definitely can be a good replacement for Paulo and Campbell Gillard when they both go off when they're tired. So yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I think he brings a lot when he's on. And look, if he doesn't act stupid, like if he doesn't give away tackles that lead to suspensions or doesn't do any stupid discipline stuff, he'd usually be all right. He's usually an all right player, but because of that, it's a risk as well. So I'm not too keen on it, but if it happens, it happens. And I mean, he bought a place in Manly, so I'm surprised Manly didn't say anything about him. But oh well, I don't think we need him anyway. So if Parramatta want to sign him, then it's going to happen. And I wish him the best. I wish him the best at Parramatta. Hopefully, you take him somewhere. All right, on to the last little topic now. So this is very big news, and this is news I never expected, or never. I didn't. I expected it to be talked about. I expected Fielder to be linked to the Dogs, but what I didn't expect was that the announcement would be done so soon by Wednesday. So yeah, that's Brad Fittler. He's rumored to be the new Bulldogs coach. Confirmed by Wednesday, and I think Fittler is he's a real footy man. Like he's a real smart sort of coach, but whether he can do the full time stuff like week in week out coaching, because you know coaching Origin and coaching Blues is completely different, right? Because you don't do it week in week out, whereas in Origin you just do it a 2 or 3 week gap. So I don't know how Fittler would go, but he's a very smart coach and would know most of the Bulldogs players, like probably Matt Burton from the developing or rising Blues camp. He'd know Addo Carr, Paul Vaughan, but I don't know if Paul Vaughan's going next year. But yeah, he'd be good. I think he'd do a good job there. But yeah, Rugby League Round Up. What do you think about the signing? Like, if it happens, do you think it's a good one? And how far will Fittler take the Bulldogs next year if it was to happen?
I think if this happens, because I know Buzz Rothfield likes to F around a bit, but if he is effing around, I'll be super mad.
Oh, yeah, no, I would be too.
I'll be fuming. I'll be fuming because I'm now expecting a decision by Wednesday on who the Bulldogs coach will be. And if it's Brad Fittler, if it turns out to be Brad Fittler, I'm going to be super pumped because he's a smart coach. He's a smart coach. He's a smart player. Obviously, he coached at the Roosters. He didn't do his best there. I think he had a couple of good seasons, but then it went pear-shaped towards the end. But look, if the players can get behind him and they're invested in him and they're invested to make this club good again, like they were in 2014 when Des was there, then this will be great because Brad Fittler has that mentality to get a team to the finals if they need it. And he will. I believe in him to get a team to the finals. And to be honest, a lot of people were expecting Bulldogs to make the finals this year. Not me necessarily, but a lot of people were expecting them to make the finals, which unfortunately with the coach they had, it wasn't even going to be a possibility. So now that they have Brad Fittler, I think they're a better team because they're already getting Reid Marnie and Viliami Kikau. And I think even Ryan Sutton's going there. So
yeah, he is,
That's 3 good signings already. And from the signings they've had already, Burton, Addo Carr, and some of their juniors too. Jake Averillo was amazing. And Jacob Carraz, let me just say, I think he is Hazemil Mazrou 2.0, to be honest.
Ooh,
he's a freak. He's also Lebanese. He's also Lebanese heritage. So it could be the new Hazemil Mazrou. He definitely looks like he definitely plays like him too. He's got some magic under his belt. I think he fooled Gutherson today. So, yeah, Bulldogs have good juniors. They've got good players. And if Brad Fittler goes there, it will not only be a good signing for the club, I think it will also lead them to the finals within the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's interesting what you said about Carraz, because Carraz is a great young player coming up, but I think he has potential. So I do agree on that when you say that. But I think Fittler to the Dogs, it has potential. I think it has potential because he actually knows how to work with some players. Like he knows how to get the best out of Addo Carr. He probably, as a half himself, he'd know how to get the best out of Burton Flanagan if Flanagan is the halfback next year. He'd also know how to just, I guess, prepare them better than what Barrett has, because I don't think the Dogs' preparations have ever been great leading up to a game. Like they don't really have the right prep. They don't really have the right fitness either. So they've got a bit of issues in terms of that. But I think Fittler is someone that will definitely shake them up to be successful and definitely will get the best out of them, no doubt. So I like just this signing if it was to happen. I think it's a very healthy one, and I would say Fittler would probably take them out of the bottom four. I think he's that coach that would take them out of the bottom four, maybe them like a 11th to maybe 7th side at best next year. Would you agree on that? Like, would he take them to like outside the bottom four?
Oh, for sure. I think around that 7th to 11th or 12th mark, I'd be happy. If I was a Bulldogs fan, I'd be happy with, 7th to 11th, somewhere around there, because, they've been through a lot of struggle over the past 5 years. Since Hasler left, it hasn't really been the same, because all the players got divided. Like, Reynolds had to go, Aaron Woods didn't even stay there for 10 games.
No.
Tim Laffey had to go. Who else? There was so much more. James Graham even got forced out of the club. Moses Sembai. That 4 names already. I could probably name more, but I haven't got that long memory. So I think they'll be 7th to 11th. I think that'd be an improvement for Dogs fans. Just breaking news. It's not on topic to the Bulldogs thing, but Justin Olam has just re-signed with the Storm until 2026.
Yeah, I heard about this. This is actually a very good signing, because he's still in great form. He's still definitely playing fantastic, one of the best centers in the game. So, I like the signing. I do. He's only like 20, 29, 28. So he's got another couple of years left. So he'll definitely retire as a one-club player. So that's good for someone like him who didn't grow up with so much footy in PNG. So, good on him. That's good for the Storm and himself. Well, I think Olam's a good player. So we'll move on to the last, the one that concludes the podcast pretty much. So, Rugby League Round Up. So, team of the week for round 14 and your player of the round. So this was tough for me to pick, because I took obviously a bit of time to figure out what I had to pick in what position. So I finished my team just now, but Rugby League Round Up, go for yours and give me a player of the week, bro.
Well, I'll start off with my player of the week. It will go to Jeremy Marshall-King. I gotta go with a bit of a surprise. I think that Jeremy Marshall-King was the heart and soul for the Bulldogs today. I think he saved a couple of tries too, which was freakish too, because they were literally on the try line. Sorry, and he also ran the ball out of the goal line, which was freaking really good to see. And he just showed his heart, and it's good signs for the Dolphins as well, because the Dolphins, they desperately needed the signing for one of their spine, and I think he provides some really good spark if they think about him. And I think he's just been one of Bulldogs' most consistent players this year, in my opinion. I think he's been really consistent for him. So he's been very good, and Dolphins should be looking forward to it. And so now I'll get into my team of the week. So fullback, I start off with Jake Averillo. Thought he was really good. Josh Adokar and Stephen Crichton. Oh no, Alex Johnson. Sorry, were my wingers of the week. Zach Lomax is my centre. Psych, he's in my shit team of the week. To be honest, he is freaking horrible. He's freaking shit. So
not great.
And he's my favourite player for the Dragons, but he was shit on the weekend. So, shit team of the week. Zach Lomax is my shittest player of the round. Moses Sully and Stephen Crichton are my centres of the week. In the halves, Matt Burton is my number 6, and Nathan Cleary is halfback. My front rowers go to Josh O'Shea-Ole. Just going to say O'Shea-Ole, much easier. And Joey Tarpany is my front rower. My hooker is Jeremy Marshall-King. My second row goes to Homoli Alakawatu and Viliami Kikau. My lock goes to Jason Taumalolo, and my bench consists of Ben Hunt, Thomas Flegler, Thomas Burgess, and Corey Horsburgh.
Yeah, that's a fair team. Actually, that's a really good side because I found it hard to pick a bench actually, but with the players you said, it makes sense. So, yeah, no, I agree on that. So, yeah, my play of the week goes to Adokar because Adokar had a big game today. I thought he deserved some sort of credit for how he played. So, he getting a hat trick and getting his first hat trick of the year, which we're all shocked. Obviously, we're all shocked about him getting a hat trick by now because at Melbourne last year, he would have obviously got hat tricks every week, but no, good on him. He's done well. He's obviously had a big game today, so I reckon he gets my play of the week in my opinion personally. But getting on to my team of the week. So at fullback, I have Jake Avrilo as well. My wingers are Alex Johnson and Josh Adokar. My centers are Jackson Puller and Isaac Tago. My halves are Matt Burton and Nathan Cleary. My props are Josh Aloye and Payne Haas. Back rows are the same as last week, Kikia and Ola Kawatu. And my lock is Cameron Murray. Then off the bench, I've got the debutant Jonathan Rubin. I believe he deserves a bit of credit. Then I've got Horsburgh as well. And then I've got Toff Sipley. I thought he had a big game off the bench, in my opinion. And last but not least, I'm going to go with the Bulldogs forward, Max King. I thought he was really good as well today off the bench. Starting at lock, brings a lot of energy. But yeah, bro, that pretty much concludes the podcast episode number 31. So obviously a little bit of a late one, but look, we all love the podcast. We all enjoy it every Monday. So the show goes on, and yeah, Rugby League Round Up. A pleasure of having you on the podcast again. Next week we'll get someone else to guarantee everyone who's watching right now. So yeah, bro, cheers to another great show.
Yeah, amazing show. Yeah, I thought it was really good and good week of footy, and hopefully the Dragons can win this week against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, CJ. I hope you're looking out for my boys. They're going to be running right at you, and Jaden Sewell for a hat-trick. And also, Daniel Tupou, you need to get dropped from the Origin side is all I'm going to say, because Josh Adokar, the fastest man on the planet, is coming. Let's trot. I think, yeah, that's what I think. And it was an awesome show. So thanks once again, bro. And go to the Dragons. Let's trot.
Yeah, no worries, bro. And yeah, as for Tupou, yeah, he won't be playing Origin anyway because he chose Tonga. So that's why that's why I think Adokar's going to play at Origin. So that'd be good to see. But yeah, no, thank you. And make sure to subscribe to Rugby League Round Up's YouTube channel. His link is in the comments down below, description down below, sorry, as well as a channel membership link. So if you have a couple of extra dollars that you're willing to maybe spend or think about spending on the Pro Enzo Vidz channel membership, be sure to. Yeah, so I'm not going to obviously force anyone to get it, but it's there if you can get it. So it'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. See you next Monday for the Ankle Breaker Podcast episode 32. So yeah, ladies everyone.